Hello everybody, this is Professor Bushra Ansari. In this section, we are going to talk about the second HRM functions of your Unit 2, that is Global HRM functions. We are talking about international compensation. So, in the previous section, as we discussed about the various approaches, the various methods through which you can recruit people, that is, you can hire them, you can move them from one country to another. Same way, now the basic thing that remains as a motivational factor for me to move you as an employee from your country, from your comfort zone to that of another country, giving you all the hardship, wherein the simplest thing is you get ready on your own, you go to the office, you come back from the office, you cook your own food, you do your own laundry, you do all your own stuff, and then there is no friend circle, no family around, your festivals are dull and boring. If I give you this scenario, will you be still willing to move to US? I'm sure some of you would say yes, no doubt. But then, in this case, what I have to think from the company perspective is, I am talking about international compensation. I am talking about giving a certain amount of motivational factor to my people out there who are actually living all the things aside and going and settling out there in another country all alone. Trust me, it looks very beautiful, but then it's not that beautiful. But then it depends on the individual. So, in order to have it more like my employees accepting it, the company provides international compensation. So whatever you have studied in your semester 5 compensation management and finance for HR professional, we spoke about base salary, we spoke about all sort of allowance. Here in this, it's a small gist, but then we are revising things again from that perspective. So remember that. I know Sem 5, but like quite a far off thing, but then this is where it becomes easy. Your whole topic becomes easy. All I'm talking about is international compensation. The objective of my compensation remains the same. I need to motivate people. I need to make them feel that they are comfortable in the new country. I need to keep the cost of living intact. I need to give my employee that feeling that they are not stranded or they are not say penniless. In fact, I have to make them feel that they are going to earn more amount of money if they move out of the country. So with this, I create, and then this whole thing also motivates my employee to perform better. And once my employee performs better, my employee will get to know, or my employee understands that at least he's getting a good amount of money. So this remains my objective. So remember, while writing the exam, all you need to do is think that if you want to say send your sister, you must be having your younger sibling, sister or brother, whatever it may be. If you want to send them to your auntie's place and then you want to enjoy the whole house all alone, what bribe will you give to your sibling? How will you convince them to go and stay with your auntie so that you can live at peace? You would definitely give them some money, you would definitely make them happy in some form or the other. That's exactly what the company do with the employee if they are moving the people from one country to another. So we talk about the various emoluments or various factors or elements of my compensation. First that we talk about remains the base salary. Now you would have definitely studied about the basic salary in your compensation management subject, which speaks about basic salary is the amount of money being given to you in exchange of utilizing your skill. The company pays you that amount of salary which it uses in the name of your skills. So that becomes a basic part, because based on this, your lot many different allowances, lot many different incentives are based. Your TNS allowance, house rent allowance. Likewise, what differ over here in the name of your international compensation is the first element is base salary. Second element is your foreign inducement premium or your hardship premium. This is where I am paying a certain amount to my employee. Now remember, we are talking about money, and giving you an example, if $1 is 70 rupees and When I talk about buying something over here in India and it's costing me only 30 rupees, and the same thing when I go and buy in US, it's costing me $1. So suddenly it's more than 100% jump, double the amount, right? So if I want to move you, I want to move you to another country, your cost of living is going to change. Whatever expenses you used to do it over here, your expenses are going to be double. So obviously I'll have to pay you double. So what do? I pay you a foreign inducement premium, foreign hardship premium. That's nothing but your relocation allowance and a kind of on-site allowance, another term that is used. So I am trying, as a company, I am trying to keep your standard of living the same as it was over here. You should not feel that you're compromising on things. So I give you a certain extra money, I give you certain extra, say, compensation for that. And that's my basically foreign inducement. If you divide the term, we're talking about moving to the foreign country. So you are being paid, and the premium, the logic is you're being paid every month. Third that you talk about in this case is my allowance or my various allowances that are being paid. Say you talk about cost of living, you talk about house rent allowance, you talk about education allowance, spouse allowance, so many things. So I am paying you these allowances so that you feel happy and your pay package looks very beautiful. And when I am showing you in a comparison, you realize it's like, oh wow, I used to earn 30,000 in India and suddenly I'm going to be shifted to US and I'm going to earn 1 lakh rupees. So it should push you so much that you don't even think about your culture shock. That's the whole concept of my international compensation. And for that, we use different approaches. So the 3 approaches that you guys need to remember for writing in your exam is, first is going rate approach. When I say going rate approach, I am saying it's a flow. Just remember, going rate is nothing but just going on. That is the flow. So I pay you whatever is going on in my country, in the subsidiary country. I pay you exactly as per whatever is going on, or whatever is the amount that is to be paid for your position to an employee who is a localite. Alright. Second is my balance sheet approach. Now we all know how a balance sheet works. We have a debit, we have a credit, right? That's how we talk about balancing this balance sheet. The whole time an accountant is behind balancing this balance sheet. So your numbers should tally. Same concept of tallying. We try to say that my employee should feel that his standard of living is not compromised. So your approach should be such that he is being paid enough money that he feels the same kind of respect for himself, be it over here or be it in the foreign country. So this way we talk about it to be having a balanced approach. And then the third thing that we talk about in the name of labor or in the name of paying it accordingly, we pay as per we feel that it is suitable for my employee. So that was in a very small gist, but all about your compensation, international compensation, giving you the idea as to how you are going to pay the employees as an HR, and if you are an employee, what benefits you should avail, what things you should be knowing in case of going out of living in another country. I hope this session was useful to you and understanding how exactly international compensation works. Thank you for listening.